Hello, my name is Leo. I am continuing my journey as a single man. May left me, and I am adjusting slowly. I am sitting in my room in America now. It is raining outside. You can hear the tapping of the rain on the glass windows. I look at my bank account on my phone. I see the numbers. I am fortunate. I have my pension. Every month the money arrives. It is enough to keep my belly full. I can buy bread. I can buy eggs. I can keep the heater on so the bed is warm. But a full belly does not mean a full heart. I feel like a soldier who was told to stop fighting. I did not want to leave the battlefield. I did not want to close the factory. I wanted to keep working. I wanted to keep building. But the world said, "No, Leo, you are finished." This semi retirement was pushed on me. It was not my free will. It feels like I am wearing a suit that is too big for me. It feels loose and uncomfortable. I walk around the grocery store with my cart. I see people rushing. They are looking at their watches. I feel a sharp sting of jealousy. I miss the rush. I miss the doing. Now, I am just being, and it is a very hard pill to swallow. I spend a lot of time thinking about the sewing machines at the factory. In my mind, I can still smell it. I can smell the hot welders. I can smell the plastic smoking. I remember the sound of the morning whistle. Here in America, my days are silent. I wake up. I make my coffee. I sit. I look at the computer news. I try to work on my laptop. I wait for the emails to ding. The world has changed. The tariffs and the pandemic broke the bridge I spent 15 years building. I feel like an old ship that has been pulled out of the ocean. But a ship is built for the water, not the dry dock. My pension is the dock. It keeps me safe, but it reminds me I am not sailing anymore. Living alone at this stage of life is a strange experience. I go to the kitchen to make a sandwich. I pull the bread from the bag. I put a slice of cheese on top. I sit at the small table. I look at the empty chair across from me. May is not there. There is no one. Maybe I will go to Vietnam or the Philippines. I want to see the blue water. I want to feel the sun. I want to live a life that is simple and practical. I am an older gentleman, but I am still an explorer. The factory is closed, but the world is still open. But there is one small light at the end of this dark tunnel. I am starting to make a plan. It is not a bargain with May. It is a plan for me. I am looking at airplane tickets. I see the flights to China. I see the prices. I realize that my recovery will not happen in this white room in America. America is where my failure lives. America is where my loneliness lives. In America, I am an older gentleman who lost his business. But in China, I am Leo. I am the man who knows the river. I am the man who knows the factories. I feel a tiny spark of energy in my stomach. I realize that when I get on that plane, I will be leaving the depression behind. I will be flying toward acceptance. Acceptance means saying, yes, the factory is closed. Yes, my marriage is over. Yes, I am semi retired, and that is okay. I will return to the East, not to win May back, not to build a giant factory, but to live a simple life, to enjoy my pension, to walk on the red bridge and feel the wind. I pick up my phone. I do not call May. I call the airline. I want to book a flight, I say. My voice is steady. It is not shaking. The lady on the other end of the phone, one way or round trip, she asks. I pause. I look at my suitcase. One way, I say. I'm feeling a huge weight lift off my shoulders. The depression is still there, but it is lighter now. I have a destination. I have a goal. I am an older man, and my heart has a large scar. I will go back to the simpler lifestyle. I can do my business for 5 to 6 months from China through my computer. I am choosing this now. It is no longer pushed on me. It is my free will again. Ticket ordered. I pack my bags. My suitcase is full of hope, going back to my life, going back to the 15 years. And this time, I am not just looking for a business, I am looking for me. It felt right. Except that night, I tossed and turned. I slept. I awoke early. My gut told me no. Leo, yesterday I bought the ticket, but this morning everything changed as the no in my gut was loud. I pondered on things that don't work well. The economy is difficult. I worried about my money. In China, it is getting harder to get money. You have to go to the counter, fill out forms. You are forced to wait. I thought, how do I pay rent if it's locked up? I thought about my phone to receive codes. My American phone doesn't always work in China. Last time, I was locked out of my bank. I had backup the factory bank account. Now, I only have my retirement funds. If my home bank locks my card, I have nothing. I looked over at my medicines. A 4-month supply, but my doctors here want to run tests. They want to watch me. Here, my medical care is free. Doctors are paid for. Tests are free. Not in China. If I have a medical event there, it could cost me everything. My old factory friends told me, Leo, there are no orders. Things are getting worse here. I looked around my kitchen. I have all the food I like right here. My retirement funds just increased by 50%. I have more control here. I can do my business on the internet from this desk. Why spend thousands of dollars to travel? Even May's family called me. They said, Leo, why are you coming back? You have great doctors in America. Stay there. And then there is May. Yesterday, she was not happy. She tried to talk me out of the trip. Today, when I told her I was staying, I saw her face change. She was happy. She still wants to live separate, but I see she needs the companionship. She needs the moral support. We are like two people in two different boats, but the boats are tied together with a strong rope. We are on the same journey. So, I have a new plan. I am taking life 4 months at a time. I will stay here for the summer. I will look after my health. I will do my business online. In 4 months, when the winter comes, I will look at the map again. Will I go to the US South? Will I go to the Philippines? Or maybe Vietnam? I am not out of the woods yet. I am still a little scrambled, but I am making the best decision for today. I will deal with the next road when I get to it. For now, I am putting the suitcase away. I am staying where the water is calm. Leo, the water might be calm, but I have work to do on the beach. I had to move fast. My life was headed east, but now I had to stay put. I had to change everything in 24 hours. First, I had the plane ticket. I already paid for it. Second, I had my housing. I was supposed to move out in 2 days and fly away. Now, I had no flight and no place to live. It was the end of the month. I had to find a home fast. Usually, you cannot get a refund for a plane ticket, but something was working in my favor. Last week, I went to the doctor. I wanted a 4-month supply of medicine for China, but the doctor looked at my tests. She looked at my blood sugar. She did not like what she saw. I don't want you traveling, Leo, she said. She started booking appointments for me with other doctors. In my mind, I thought, I will be on a plane. But my body was saying, stay here. This was my confirmation. To get healthy, I had to be near my doctors. I called the airline. This is an emergency cancellation, I said. It has only been 14 hours since I bought the ticket. I remembered the law. You can often change an order within 24 hours. I am under doctor's orders. I am a heart patient and a diabetic. I need to stay here for tests. The airline listened. Fair enough, they said. Because I called within 24 hours, they issued a full refund. Click. That was the first miracle. Next, I needed a place to live. I looked at the rental catalogs. It was the end of the university year. The students were going home. Suddenly, the market was flooded with apartments. Landlords were dropping prices 60% or 70%. They didn't want the rooms to sit empty for the summer. I made 2 appointments. May decided to come with me. She wanted to help me find a place immediately. We looked at 2 apartments. They were both good deals, but I liked the second one best. It was a shared apartment with only one other person. Here is the funny part, the miracle part. The apartment was right behind May's building. I looked out the bedroom window. If I turned my head just a little bit, I could see her window. She could see mine. Later, after I moved in, I called her on the phone. I stuck my arm out the window and waved. Swish, swish. Here I am. Look at me, I shouted. We both had a big laugh. Leo, it was a 4-month lease. It was a great deal. This plan takes me from May all the way to August 31st. Interestingly enough, that is exactly when May's lease ends too. She must move out of her place at the same time. We are on the same track again. We will have the full 4 month summer in our own spaces. We will have our own rooms and our own time. After those 4 months, we will have a big decision to make. Do we help each other and move in together to share a place, or do we drift further apart? After I paid the deposit and got the keys, I sat down for one last night in my old apartment. I looked at the empty walls. The next day, the real work began. I started packing all my belongings. I had 3 large suitcases. I had 2 coolers full of food. I had boxes of dishes, all my desk gadgets, and my computers. I loaded my car. Thud, thud. I made 4 trips back and forth. I moved all my property and possessions all by myself. I carried everything up the stairs and into the elevators. I counted at least 8 times up and down. By the end of the last day of the month, I was exhausted. My muscles were tired and my back was sore, but I was all moved in. May was surprised that I finished so fast. She offered to help me, but she was tied up with her work. Overall, the plane ticket, the change of residence, it all happened so fast. It was actually very easy. It felt like it was meant to be. I told May, "You know, May, it is hard for us to drift apart when fate seems to keep pushing us together." May is still a little bit stubborn. She thinks too much with her head. I told her, "Stop thinking with your head and start thinking with your heart." The heart is what matters. Our heads can trick us. Our heads can steer us the wrong way with too many worries. But the heart knows the truth. I am settled now. I have my desk, I have my bed, and I have a view of her window. And as I sat there, looking out, seeing her window, it made me think how close we are again. Because we were apart 4 months before I made my move to this last apartment. Then, temporarily, for 1 month, she stayed in a room right across the road from my old place. So, isn't it interesting? We keep living so close together without even trying. I am sitting by my new window. It is quiet. I think the drama will slow down now. It is time to take a pause. These last 4 months have feel like a whole year. Each month a different season. It's a time to reflect. I have been back from China for almost a year. I see my time in 3 stages: winter, spring, and the summer. It will be almost 1 year since May and I separated. That will be the make or break time. I try to talk to May. We can stay separated officially, but we are stronger together. May wants to follow her daughter to another province next to Ontario. May, your English is still developing. It's a French city. It is not the smartest move. She wants to go her own way. I told her, in September, I will need a roommate. I cannot rent a full apartment alone. I want to settle down for the long term. I am retired, but I need a permanent home. I made another big change a few days ago. I sold my red Cadillac XT5. I still owed money on it. I did not plan to retire so soon. Selling the car gave me a nest egg cash in the bank. I don't want the burden of car payments. I don't want to pay for insurance or expensive gas. For now, I will use Ubers and the bus. I am slowing everything down. May is happy about this. She is a saver. She wants me to live a simpler, easier life and save money. I am receiving my full pension now. I even received a bump up in the amount. I am not a rich man, but I can relax. I can live steadily and comfortably. But I need to solidify my residence by September. Until then, a message to my viewers. Thank you for following my personal journey. These videos have been about my heart, my marriage, and my return to the West. But my story is much bigger than this. There's more to come. If you liked what you saw, you can watch the rest of the story on long form over at the Moving Retirement channel. This is a mini-series of my personal attachment to working in China and marrying May, my Chinese wife. Stay tuned, for there's more to come. The story's not over yet. If you like, you can jump right over to the up-and-coming business series of the storyline over the last 15 years. That's a deeper series. At the time of recording, it's not posted yet, but it's coming. If you're watching this a little down the road, you will find it there on the Moving Retirement channel. Please like and subscribe as you go. Your comments are always interesting to read. I love to share what I'm doing, and I would love to hear your input. I'd be happy to get back. Thanks again, like and subscribe, and see you on the next one.